This all comes amid increased tensions between Israel and its main ally, the United States, following its abstention on a UN Security Council vote to call for a ceasefire. Our international affairs editor, Doug Herbert, joins me on set to talk more about this.
Hi, Karis.
Things might not be as bad as we thought. We hear the White House is now saying it's working on new dates for this delegation's visit.
Yeah, well, it depends. Are you a glass is half empty, glass is half full type of person? Look, based on all the evidence so far, two things are apparent. One is that Benjamin Netanyahu, left to his own devices, he and his government are going to continue pressing this operation. They are going to continue essentially ignoring the repeated urgings of the United States to try to come up with a more, a kinder, gentler approach to Gaza, to put it mildly. They will continue ignoring it. What is equally obvious is, for all its fine words, for all of its repeated calls for the Israelis to change their approach, the Biden administration has reached the end of the road when it comes to its ability to put any real pressure, that is, to bring any real leverage to bear on Israel, because its red line is it will not cut off any weapons deliveries to Israel. As long as that is the case, the Israeli government knows that it has the ability to press its campaign as long as it wants. And I'll go even further. There's nothing to indicate, Karis, that even if weapons were to be cut off from Washington, that the Israeli government, with Benjamin Netanyahu at its head, would not still be inclined to press its military operation to its, what they would see as its logical conclusion. In the words of the defense minister, Yoav Gallant, the Israeli defense minister, in the past few days, the operation, the mission, remains to be to basically destroy Hamas's ability to have any military or governing presence in Gaza. And as long as they haven't reached that objective, they are going to continue doing what they've been doing. When I say the Biden administration hasn't brought its leverage to bear, it's not me editorializing. It's factual that on the very same day that the U.S. allowed the passage of this UN resolution, the ceasefire resolution. Remember, it didn't vote to approve it. It just allowed it to happen by abstaining. Very same day, the U.S. also certified that in its view, Israel has done nothing so far in its conduct of the war that violates international law. It has done nothing so far that has violated its obligation to let humanitarian aid get through. So that, essentially, can be seen by many in the Israeli government as an implicit green light to continue their campaign, even as the rest of the world hears the public statements out of Washington to please Israel, relent, do something, tone it down.
And if Washington is taking a tougher stance on Israel, is that a reflection of domestic opinion?
Absolutely. What's really interesting here is one of the most respected pollsters in the U.S., Gallup, we cite them quite often, they did a very broad-based survey from March 1st to 20th. What was it about? You see it on the screen. Do you approve, simple question, or disapprove of the military action Israel has taken in Gaza? And this is going all the way back to the beginning of the campaign. Look at the changes since from November 2023, late last year, 1 month into the campaign, to just March 20th, March 2024. I highlighted the percent that now disapprove. This is all Americans across all political stripes and spectrums. March 2024, a majority of Americans, Karis, now disapprove of Israel's actions. What's interesting is they also looked, according to political affiliation, Republicans, Independents, Democrats. Republicans still, by a majority, tend to approve of Israel's conduct of the war, about 64%. That's almost 2/3 of Republicans. But when you look at Independents and Democrats, the levels who approve of Israel's action are way down in March from last November. And I will just note, from Democrats, way, way down. Only 18% of the Democrats surveyed in this poll as of March approved of Israel's actions in Gaza, down from, wait for it, 75% back in November 2023. That's not just shifting attitudes. That is a seismic shift in American attitudes. And if you're going to ask me, will it have an impact on Biden administration's campaign for president? Absolutely it will, going forward.
All right, well, we'll certainly see. Thank you for that, Doug Herbert.